get right down to it, furries are just a bunch of people who believe that they're animals. Sounds like the perfect type of thing for me. So let's go to their convention, shall we? I don't really know what to expect that I'm gonna get out of a furry convention. Is it about the people? Is it about seeing, I don't know, some freaks? I've really gotten into the habit of just enjoying wearing my tail everywhere, not just at con or at a meet. If people don't think it's very couth or just too out there for their taste, I understand and I try to respect that decision. Fuck. Hello.
How you doing?
Good, how about you?
Yeah, you checking in tonight?
I'm not checking in. I'm just. This is 4900 South Syracuse Street, right?
Yeah. Sure, you're here for the con?
I am here for the con.
Nice.
Again, there is no real baseline of expectation, but I will say that there will be people wearing animal costumes, and there will also be people wearing tails, like me. You know, furries are, well, they're weird.
Indeed, it would be hard to say that they're not. Across the world, millions of people identify with these anthropomorphic characters. And every year, here in Denver, they get together and revel in their collective weirdness. But how is this really any different from any other fandom? The public reception with them is famously infamous.
Hey, what's up guys? I just want to start today's video off with a question. See this very attractive man right here with his fucking furry costume? Do you feel the urge right now? The urge to pleasure yourself while looking at this picture?
Sent the hotel guests along with convention attendees into the cold night, many still dressed in their furry costumes.
That's not mine. I wasn't looking at that. Somebody probably hacked me and they put that in my history to make me look bad.
Greg, you have a problem.
No, I don't! Shut up! I don't have a problem!
I had this moment where it was just like, I have found my people. Well, hey, what's up? I'm Powder the Snow Leopard. I'm your local preacher here up in the snowy Himalayas.
All right, Rocky Mountain Fur Con, come on down. Come on, all you Christians. We found you. What's up? Come on down. It's time to play the Christian service.
I preach at the Christian service. I can't really say that I run it. It's Ian the Gecko's thing.
Blessed be your name.
I love being a furry because I feel like you could go to any community around the world and be a furry and you'd find one or two of us, you know, I mean at least. You'd probably find a convention if you really looked.
Hello, my name's Matthew, and I am a ferret. A couple months ago, during summer, I went to my first convention. The overall energy of the entire place was a completely unique experience.
A commonality between most furs is a furry's fursona, which is an anthropomorphic character that is used as a representation of one's consciousness, as well as an online personality.
Personally, I would say it's very exciting because it's kind of figuring out who you are. I started off as a fox, and then a raccoon, and then a ferret finally. For me, it's definitely the body type. They're giant meat tubes. I'm very slender myself, so it's very fitting, to say the least.
You are also a meat tube.
It's impossible to pin down just one way in which furries come to realize their fursonas, but many are happy to explain how they discovered their species.
When I discovered furries, I knew right away that I was a feline, without a doubt. I prayed, like, you know, who am I? What's my fursona? And there was a bottle of coconut soap, and I went to wash myself, and I looked at it, and it had a heart on it, and it was made of lots of little hearts, and they were indigo, and it made me think, like, snow leopard. And it was just like, it struck a chord with me, and ever since I'm just like, oh yeah, without a doubt, I'm a powder blue snow leopard.
I plan to indulge myself at the convention's art show, where, of course, they do not allow my camera. It's in that room. Art as a whole plays a central role in furry culture and identity. both in a creative and economic sense. Having your fursona portrayed in a visual medium is something many furries strive to achieve. I myself have found great joy in furry art, and creating it has proved to be a nearly endless source of personal satisfaction and inspiration. Character I made, Iggy Bazonga. Again, another one here, Iggy Bazonga.
Oh, okay. What would you like to see?
Anything.
Okay.
Anything that you've done.
Well, I did this. This is a tracing of me meditating. This is a piece that I did that was inspired by the Bhagavad Gita, which is a Vedic text that actually really details the 3 modes of reality. I did this one for a music video that I shot. It's a reference to when Jesus is baptized.
Wherein some furries strive to create art, many commission it instead, paying quite a bit to have their identity immortalized in a digital or traditional work.
Art? For art, I've only spent about 400 or something.
Only 400.
Yeah, right.
I'm not.
But when it comes to expression, the pinnacle among furries is fursuiting, wherein people will spend large amounts of money on custom-made animal costumes and become as close to their fursona as they possibly can.
When it comes to fursuiting, I definitely think it's bringing the entire fandom to life. It gives it a different sense of realism.
People who don fursuits often claim that they become the character that they've created, and that any emotional baggage they carry with them in the real world ceases to be a burden as long as they're behind the mask. They can be bouncy, silly, and fun, running around and hugging people, and making the general populace feel uncomfortable. I'm just noting all these people around here, they're taking photos of us.
Oh, yes.
As far as fursuiting goes, I personally have no interest in fursuiting at all. For one, fursuits are really expensive. It's not like, I'm gonna buy a fursuit. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna lay down $3,000 and I'll have this thing that I can wear at furry events.
So, I bought a suit. She goes, you bought a suit? Yeah, I bought a fursuit. One of those furry suits? I go, you know, like the suits I was explaining before, the animalist, the mascot suit. Oh, and how much did that cost? Well, I put $522 down. You did what?
It's not uncommon for normal people to cringe at the parade of multicolored fanatics in the street. Yet many of the humble restaurant and boutique goers find the whole event to being good fun.
I think it's great. It's really interesting to see people so creative and just having fun being somebody else.
They're not harming anyone.
Yeah,
not hurting my life. So.
I've learned a lot of information about how they get together and they make their own costumes. It's very cool.
See, what everyone here fails to realize is all the kind of weird porn we're all into.
Yeah.
Every single one of us. Every single one. You know, infamously almost, furries are just known for being purely sexually overdriven and perverse. People just assume that we all go into these conventions in fursuits and we all fuck. And that's just really not true at all. Now, that happens in the hotel next to the convention.
So I was hanging out with this guy, and one of our other friends comes over to us and is like, you know, giggly and all giddy and kind of looks sweaty, and we're like, oh, what's up, you know? And he's like, I was just in a room party and I got to let like 4 different guys jerk off all over me.
All right! Without a doubt, furries partake in all manner of lewd sexual acts behind the closed doors of the convention hotel. God have mercy on the souls of the cleaning staff, tasked with cleaning each and every sticky room. And yet, most of the convention focuses on other matters.
People think that people are furries so they can have sex in a fursuit. Fursuits are like wearing a couch. And having sex while you're wearing a couch is not any fun. And you overheat, and it's disgusting.
While fursuit sex is less common than expected, another sexual aspect is very prominent.
You don't want to see this one, so...
Talking about sex in the fandom.
Did you want to show that, or...? Probably not. Let's just...
I can animate a black bar over it.
Okay, well, it's kind of...
I mean, I don't mind.
Psycho Sebi, my friend who just moved to Colorado, actually drew that of me. You can get all sorts of furry stuff, and yeah, like probably half of it's porn, but.
Well, they have porn just thrown out on tables, like just
They have them in notebooks that say
this is porn.
18 plus, and you have to be 18 to flip through those notebooks.
It is a fact that a lot of furry art is driven into a sexual realm. Many artists take commissions for adult art, and some even make a living off of the fantasies of the fandom. You know, it's not the biggest part of the fandom, but it is a part, and it can't be ignored. Take it. It's an interesting thing, being a member of the furry fandom. Many attest it's not an experience quite like any other.
I really feel like being a furry is almost like abstract art or even religion. You either get it or you don't.
The fandom is definitely like a family because it's so accepting. And as it's weird, it's also very cute, it's very fun, so it just attracts people in general.
In the fandom, you can be whatever you want and still be loved, genuinely loved, and I think that is probably the most wonderful thing.
We're being filmed. This is awesome.
Keep going. Keep rolling.
Oh my god. Hit you fast. No.
Is this the parting of the ways?
The parting of the ways. Here, I really gotta go, man. I love you all dearly.
The furry fandom is a distinct type of weird, the kind that pushes away some and draws in others. It's a family, spanning the globe where anyone can be anything they want and still be accepted with open arms. I think it's about finding and accepting yourself, connecting with others who feel the same, and really just feeling loved. So as weird as it is, and as weird and crazy as I am, I wouldn't trade it in for the world. Because I'm a fox, and I'm proud to be different.
This heart of mine keeps decent